In mechanical engineering, when a car has overused oil, it loses its viscosity.
Okay.
We have overused brains in the government of Cameroon, and they're supposed to do what we call vidange in French. The engine cannot run when the oil of the vehicle has lost its viscosity. We have individuals who keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a better result. The Cameroonian government is like a cycle. Every year we do the same thing. There is no innovativeness, there is no creativity, there is nothing birth, nothing born anew. Everything is maintained at the status quo, and there's practically no new brains in the system to inject new energy. So I think if we want to put Cameroon government as a car, oil is finished in the engine, or it has lost its viscosity. Secondly, the water in the system is dry, so the engine is knocked. What we have to do is to remove the entire engine and fit a new engine, while we drain the old oil and put fresh oil in the engine for the system to start working again. That is exactly what this entire system needs now. How do you explain that? We have a president who heads a senate. We have the president who heads the National Assembly. Those are bodies in the country that influence the socio-economic, political activities of every individual born and still to be born children. Yet the individuals and the personalities in question piloting these institutions are individuals who have practically gone out of information. How do you explain that we keep building institutions and putting retired individuals? In English language, when they say you are retired, it means you are no more functional. It means your organs, the intelligence that was needed in you to drive visions to reality is no longer in place. Tell me any of these institutions we are talking about which is not headed by retired individuals. The Senate headed by Nyat Ndifendi, he was a retired man they picked from Bangante and brought back. The man we have at the General Assembly is retired times 10. That's the person of Kawayege Jibri. The Constitutional Council which we have, Mr. Clement Atangana, is a retired individual who was picked back from his home. Now, how does a system that is looking for the future being run by retired individuals? It means the entire system is retired. How do you explain that the bilingualism and multiculturalism, Commission of Bilingualism and Multiculturalism, is headed by a retired prime minister? What is wrong? The delegation of public security is headed by a retired officer. Cameroon nation has retired because all the individuals running the strategic responsibilities in the country that can push the country forward are retirees. So there is nothing that can work under a retired individual. So I think we have a serious problem, one, with the personnel. Number two, the impotence of the institutions. The institutions as a whole do not have the power delegated to them to execute their assignment. The Senate, that's supposed to be the voice of the voiceless, practically has no voice, because majority of the Senate is headed by the ruling party and the president called the shots. You go to the Constitutional Council, a man who was retired was appointed to head. That Constitutional Council was to come and make elections free and fair in the country. When a man sees such an employment as a breakthrough in his life, what do you think he will do? He would definitely favor and support the person that gave him hope when he thought his responsibility and his function in the civil service had expired. Then you talk about the Senate. A Senate president we have as responsibility I'm talking of the Senate head. The energy is not even there anymore to work. So when we talk about the institutions are not working, because the people who are heading the institution, the personnel in those institutions, are people who have retired. So every retired institution, institution headed by a retiree is retired. Number two, the audacity, the authority, the dominion, and the influence delegated to this institution, they do not have it. That is why we have to do an overhaul. Like I said, when the oil of the vehicle has condensed, it loses its viscosity. Let us do an overhaul of the entire system if this nation must gain its speed and cover the future it intends to achieve.
Okay.